What's up, everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and I am looking forward to do this breakdown here today. We have a little bit of a different format that we're doing. It's similar to what we did recently with the starts, but I'm just going to do a straight comparison of Trayvon Bromell and Yohan Blake after doing the start comparison. I got a lot of people that were like, oh, we got to put, Trayvon Bromell and Yohan Blake. Why aren't these guys in it? So, I agree. Those guys should have been in it. I just didn't want to spend 30 minutes doing a breakdown of all the best all the best sprinters, because that would end up being how long it took if we just added all of them in. So let's just look at Trayvon Bromell. We're going to look at both their top end speed as well as their get off. So we'll start with Trayvon Bromell. Trayvon Bromell, I would say, is similar to like the Justin Gatlin type of a sprinter. He has a similar type of build as well, and that's why I did it on just those guys anyway, because we got a lot of different builds, a lot of different overall techniques there. But you can see that how he gets that first step. And real quick, that's Trayvon Bromell. He gets that first step down quick, that left one, boom, right? He gets a little bit of a flexion, but if you look at his step compared to like this guy who comes in second, he almost got no distance. So Trayvon Bromell got pretty far out there on that first one. Second one, not as good though. Second step, not as good, but just notice how he tries to keep that big leaned over spine angle. Doesn't have as much range of motion. The start is definitely an area that he'd be able to improve in, but overall, it gets the job done. It's a little bit too wide. It's a little bit too much like Tyson Gage. It's based off his body positioning. I'd say he'd probably want to be able to work on getting a little bit more hip range of motion, be able to get that forward, that a little bit skinnier type of a start like that Justin Gatlin. I think he needs a little bit more, instead of being so bent over with the spine, maybe to have a little bit more of a hunch and concentration on the knee drive, like what Justin Gatlin does, which makes it so he's able to pick up a lot of ground very quickly and also get going very quickly. So, and then as we get going here, Trayvon Bromell, he's one of the cleanest, I think, overall runners with his stride. If we see, look at how he does each one of these steps. So big emphasis on that knee drive, and then he does such a great job of, as he gets that knee drive, extending that leg and then pulling right back over. And then when he lands with his body very, very even. He has a little bit of a roundedness to his spine as he's running, but he's so clean in the shoulders, doesn't have anything moving side to side there. He just gets such great extension, is so similar from one leg to the other in how he is able to generate that knee drive and pull back. And I would say, the only thing that could end up being not good with them, it would be his big compensation of trying to use like more of the core back area, the lower part of his spine, to compensate for some of his range of motion within the upper hip, the hamstring, and the groin. And so that's where he's going to end up having some risk. But in terms of how the actual mobility is of the movement, it's so clean. That knee drive, extend, pull, drive that foot. Look at how straight that leg is as he pulls and hits the ground. And then when he hits the ground, how he just transitions right off. That is such a hard thing to do. Let's watch it again on the right side, because it's such a work of art. Look at how he drives that knee up, he extends that leg, and then he pulls that leg straight. And when he lands, the legs may remain straight as he just goes and pushes right back off and gets that heel up to his butt. So his foot contact time is just phenomenal. It's hard to beat how well Trayvon Bromell goes through that overall cycle, and really being able to get that really excellent ankle stability to be able to achieve that, be able to land with your legs straight. It's not an easy thing to do. Now, his left side, he does turn his leg out a little bit. He does turn his hip out a little bit to endure the absorption. Right side, he doesn't do it as much. But still, both sides, he does an excellent job being able to land and push right off almost immediately. Then what we could do here is, look, we could just go right into this one, which is a cool little feature. That's what I was talking about at the beginning. So here we go with Yohan Blake here. Yohan Blake is right there. Okay, so when we get going here, what stands out is very much of that power type of a get off. So Come on, catch up with us here. So he's going to try to stay very, very low during that get off. And look at how that spine really doesn't move up at all. He just drives that knee up. Come on. I don't know why this thing is messing with me right now. We're just going to go and go right past it. So he really drives that knee right up when he gets started and then maintains a very bent over low position as he's driving through. I don't know why it won't let me. Let's go one more time here just so that I can show you guys. But I'm not going to be able to go back because it's messing with me here. Just go in slow motion. But watch. So see how he keeps his shoulders really low, and then he drives out. Now he's a little bit more of a power guy. He's a bigger dude, so he's able to keep his chest low for a longer period of time as he's driving through, and he doesn't have to spend any time getting his body up. Even as he's getting into this phase, he still has his body bent over just because he uses a lot of overall hamstring strength as he's going. Now, he's so clean and so smooth in what he's doing. Notice how when he's running, he's very much kind of back and forth. So, you know, he goes and lets that right arm really go back and allows his shoulder to kind of lean back and forth. He's just like really, again, smooth and like nonchalant. He's just like, you know, he has almost that Jamaican vibe within his run where he's going to be able to have a lot of relaxation, and he's not really doesn't have to try very hard to be very, very successful. And what that does is it makes it so he's very loose through here, so he uses his upper body really, really well. Notice how much range he gets in that right shoulder and when he's reaching back. I mean, that's a tough thing to do because when you compare it with Trayvon Bromell, he's very, very straight. He's not moving almost at all in his upper body. You know, same with him. These guys are just not doing as much in the upper body. They're keeping everything very, very straight. But then you watch Yohan Blake, and he's moving side to side, and he allows his hips to kind of go. And it's similar to how Usain Bolt runs, is where they have that kind of rockiness in the shoulder, but still is able to get that really high knee drive, pull down and get that heel right back up to the butt. You know, he doesn't really do anything that's super fancy. I'd say instead of getting that forward lean and extension, like more of what a Trayvon Bromell gets, where he's, you know, his mid back is moving more forward and backwards. Trayvon Bromell, it would be Yohan Blake maintains a very erect spine, but he's more going up and down on the shoulders. So notice how when he's going, his shoulders are bouncing side to side, up and down, but he's keeping his spine in a very aligned place, but still able to get that pull. So and get his weight underneath him and get that heel up to his butt. I mean, all the best guys, they all do a great job of getting their heel up to their butt. They also don't spend too much time with their heel back and behind them. And then they also do a good job of landing out in front. But, you know, Trayvon Bromell is just so pretty with how he gets that knee up and then extends it and then pulls it out. You can even see Yohan Blake, you know, he's still bending his knee as he gets down and then he pulls. You know, Trayvon Bromell can go and get that leg straight out and then pull all the way from back there and then barely touch the ground as he's coming through, which, you know, Yohan Blake, again, he does a great job of not spending very much time on the ground either as he's going, which makes him one of the elite sprinters. I mean, being able to be an elite sprinter, you have to have a very, very small or low foot contact time as well as maximize overall stride length, and being able to combine those is how you become a Olympic level sprinter or just faster in general. All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching the video. If you have any comments, I would like to know what you guys thought of this video and doing the comparison. If you have any other guys that you'd like to see me compare, or if you just think that this was a good idea, let me know in the comments. I'd love to get your feedback on what you think of this. If I should stay to 1, stay to 2, to go to 4, what should I do with these videos to make it a little bit more engaging, a little bit more interactive, because I want to be able to help you guys as much as I can. As always, check out our online programs. We're doing more stuff for people. We're doing more rehab corrective stuff. We're doing more jump stuff. We've had speed, we've had throw for a while, but we're just trying to make it so we can help out, again, more people. These online programs seem to really be able to help people from all over the world, keep us motivated to be able to continue to give good content, good information, and maximize your guys' overall performance and be able to help you in staying healthy. As always, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.